Down with the NBA Cup. We don't want it. I'm kidding. Take that out.
What's the word, Big Bird?
Man, ain't much, can't call it.
Not day, not dollar.
75 cents at Texas.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, everybody. Court and Culture, the long-awaited episode. We know it's been some time. Just want to dive straight into it. Yo, Chris Paul got dismissed from the Clippers team. He was at the away game with the Atlanta Hawks. Pretty much just put it like this. Since Chris Paul has been out, honestly, we've seen not only the Clippers at a low as far as a record. Right now, I believe they're 6-19. Even with the healthy roster, which is concerning because, having a Kawhi who we all say that, he's good when he's available, but obviously when he's not available, it's just like they're fucked. So, it's crazy that they dismissed Chris Paul, someone that they brought into the roster to essentially play as that veteran. They brought him in as kind of we all knew as a farewell tour for him because he already announced his retirement. How you feeling about that? You think they did him dirty, or you think, they probably should just move on and try and what do you think?
There's either one or two things in regards to Chris Paul. Either they did him dirty, or there was something that Chris Paul was involved in or had a habit of doing that was a cancer to the team that caused the situation to happen.
According,
I just don't feel like any team, this has never happened before. And we've seen players of less caliber than Chris Paul, of less stature than Chris Paul. Chris Paul is a first ballot Hall of Famer, probably top 10 point guards to ever play the game. Some would argue he's
number
probably
2 in steals right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Some would put him even lower than that. So I didn't like to see it personally. But I've always heard stories about Chris Paul and his locker room antics. I've personally seen some of what seems like downward coaching when it comes to like certain players on the sideline or even on the floor. So I think there's a time and place for things like that, especially for a leader like Chris Paul. I think he was having a little bit of little man syndrome though. And they had to get him
I don't know, man. They brought Chris Paul in for a specific reason. I mean, you bring Chris Paul in, he's been around the league already. Teams know him, players know him, coaches already know him. That's his style. He's been like that. He's always been that guy that comes off the bench or is going to be a starter that's going to tell everyone, like, hey, like, we got to do this, we got to do that. Like, he was always a leader of the locker room, but I guess he was just butting heads with Ty Lue, and Ty Lue didn't like that. So,
I mean, he's Ty Lue's boy. So if they were bumping heads, that's pretty crazy. It couldn't get past that, and it had to get to that point.
And they had that upsetting loss just the other night where they had no timeouts left. It was fourth quarter. They were actually down, and they needed to at least score, and they called a timeout. No timeouts left. Gave the ball up. No one was there to inbound the ball for Batum at one point.
The overall health check of the Clippers is that they're screwed this year, and if I did read correctly, I think they even owe their first round draft pick to OKC.
Exactly.
So, Clippers might just be waving the white flag. I won't be surprised if there's a lot more changes that come.
Which is crazy because that means OKC get a first round pick.
Yeah, the only thing that would turn it around is if Kawhi Leonard and James Harden can both dominate the league and for the rest of the season.
Dominate what league?
I mean, if Kawhi
the
has
NBL?
potential.
You talking about? Because it ain't gonna be the NBA.
Kawhi has potential of averaging 30 if he's on and going, and obviously James Harden as well.
6-19.
Yeah, I mean, it would take them a while to turn it around, but they could land in the 8th seed. I mean, I'm not a fan of it. I think personally they're done. They're waving the white flag, but I would hate to see them waste the next 2 seasons with two.
You think they should bring back Chris Paul?
They won't get back Chris Paul. They won't.
Yeah.
Chris Paul won't
that
go
ship's
back.
definitely sailed. He's definitely not even wanting to go back. Shit, honestly, I think he should probably just take his ass over to OKC. He was Shea was kind of like his mentor. I mean, sorry, Chris was kind of Shea's mentor, so be kind of nice to get over there. Be nice having another guard coming off of the bench, obviously, and they already know what his veteran style is gonna be like how he is in the locker room because he's been on that team before. So it'd be interesting, but who knows where CP3 ends up. It just sucks during his farewell tour that you do something like this.
He gets a few months off, yeah.
Like now we don't even get a chance to see him, give the jersey swap and everything like that. I'm sure some team's gonna probably pick him up.
They'll mail it in.
Mail it in? Nah, dude, that's disrespect. That's
They'll mail it
diabolical,
in.
dog.
They'll mail it in.
You can't do that to a legend like that.
Well, Chris Paul can
First
just
round Hall. Nah, you can't do that.
instead Chris Paul should just attend every Clippers game and give his jersey out and do the
You think he
exchange
really
after
wants
the
to
game.
spend any more money into that organization? Fuck no. If I'm him
Sad.
and I got fired from a job, I ain't gonna pay to get into that job. Fuck out of here.
I'm
You
just saying then
crazy.
you should, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Chris Paul. That's an interesting one.
It's interesting, but I mean, right now we got a lot of basketballs happened. We already 20 games over so far, so we can say we went well over a quarter of the way through with the season. We got a lot of rankings right now in the East. Top, we got Detroit, the Knicks, and then actually, believe it or not, the Boston Celtics. So that's a little interesting to see. I honestly, personally, didn't think I would see the Boston Celtics even in the top 6, let alone the top 3, which is insane. The Knicks doing what they're doing, and then you got Detroit, who seems like they're not losing any steam at all. I think that's going to be the team that's going to be fighting. I don't personally think they're making it out of the second round. Maybe the first. I don't even think they're making it out of the second round. Yeah, they'll get through the first round, but they're not going to get through the second round. That's my take on that. Knicks got a shit ton to prove, honestly. I don't really have any high hopes. I would like to see them go far, but it is what it is in Boston. I don't think they're making it out of the first round either, to be honest with you. They're not deep enough. Pause. Like, they'd have to show me that Jaylen Brown can really carry that fucking team on their back and take that shit all the way. What you thinking?
I mean, as far as the question with whether or not the Celtics would be past in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I don't believe so. Obviously, Jason Tatum won't be coming in time for that. If he tries to, he won't be in full recovery mode. So yeah, Celtics would struggle in that second round because they really don't have any depth in that team.
So you thinking it's not really real for them? You think that's really gonna just fade away? This top 3 is kind of just a
Yeah, the top 3 right now it'll move around. I personally feel like I mean Detroit really is showing dominance. So they're showing me that they could potentially hold the top 3 slot. In a worst case scenario, they'll fall 4th. I don't think that they're moving from that top 3.
still a couple of teams to play left in the season, so that could be true. I don't think they play teams like OKC, for example. I don't even think they faced the Knicks this season yet.
Yeah, so I mean, again, they could lose a few, especially crucial games in the East that'll move them. That could potentially move them. The Knicks are not too far off. I mean, the Knicks are looking good. They're proving to look good right now, so I really have no complaints in them. Now, as far as the question, Detroit passed in the first round. I think that they could. I think that they're hungry enough to pass the first round.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would look moving past that because of the simple fact that we've seen moving into the Knicks, we've seen their struggle of getting past and
100%.
past a certain round. And so while these guys are dominating, so was Jalen Brunson when he was a clutch player of the year, averaging over 28 points a game. I'm sure probably 30.
Cade could get that award this year. They're talking about.
I mean and that's something to hold on to. But I feel like I think that team right now is too happy with their current success that they're going to become content come playoff time.
Okay. Well, everyone's dying to see Detroit basketball. I know they're dying for the playoff runs. They got a taste of it last season, so I know they really want to get back to it. Boston, they've already been there before, but I don't really see them staying strong. They're gonna have a healthy season, but the playoffs is gonna be something I think that's gonna hold a challenge to them, especially with having a younger center like Akeda, doing really good numbers as far as on the boards goes, and he's doing really well on defense. But I don't know if it's gonna be enough to get really through the playoffs itself. Yeah. So it's gonna be tough for them. And then over on the West, honestly, no big changes, but a little shocking. I mean, obviously we got OKC 24-1, matching that great 2015-2016 Warriors season. So that's pretty interesting, and I'm gonna dive in on that a little later. And then you got number 2 right now. You also got the Denver Nuggets, and then lastly, what we have is the Houston Rockets. They're staying in there. No Fred VanVleet this season so far. Obviously out for the season.
Not
But
needed when you got a
KD is
healthy
carrying them
KD.
boys through it, man.
And Sengun is stepping up in big ways.
What?
Continues to step up.
I
Yeah.
like what I see from Sengun, bro. He's looking real
They got a
nice.
lot of good role players. They do have a little bit of depth coming out the bench. When people get tired, you have I forget that other is it Thompson?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Amen Thompson
Amen
is that. Yeah,
Thompson.
Shaman Thompson. Yeah, yeah.
You have him to be able to come in and kind of like take over maybe when KD's out.
Jabari Smith Jr. looks like he might be stepping it up some too as
Yeah.
well.
So I think
Defense looking good. Shots
Houston's
going
looking
down.
good, and I can't see that's a team that if you ask me about how they would look in that first round of the playoffs, I'd say they'd be able to push through because of the qualifying leader that they have right now, and plus it'd probably give time for Fred to come back. It'd be a scary team to play.
I don't think Fred's coming back this season, man.
No, he's
No,
out.
that's he
Well,
got
but this,
if I'm not mistaken, that was either Achilles, no, not Achilles, it was the ACL injury. The same thing that happened with the Kyrie, that injury.
Okay,
Yeah, one of those. So yeah, he's done
that's
donezo for the
that's a
season.
done deal.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, but again, they do have a leader like Kevin Durant who's been
Reece Shepard's
in
been
the
stepping up.
playoffs.
That's their point guard, white boy they got over there. He's been doing pretty solid. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. He's been pretty nice. A lot of people are looking at him like, okay, they should have given him more, opportunities.
You
So
see what happens when you put young guys with real talent?
yeah,
It's they like that confidence kind of passes on to people.
absolutely. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
Reed
usually what
Shepherd would have
happens.
not been Reed Shepherd in the Kings.
It's kind of like Ryan Rollins over on the Bucks.
Right. You put him next to Giannis. Giannis comes talk to him a few times. This kid's, confidence is through the roof. And then his expectation is also higher, right? Like when you come to the league to a team which probably is not predominantly like looking to compete, they may not be able to guide this player to like raise his expectations like the Celtics would, the Knicks would, Golden State does. I mean, imagine playing with Steph Curry and then you're a guard or anything from a small forward and up. You're like, I gotta be able to shoot this three.
Man, I'm glad you mentioned the Steph Curry thing. We're gonna dive into that later on too, cause man, Warriors, man, they hurting me. They
Yeah,
hurt
Warriors are struggling right now.
Warriors are struggling. But yeah, bro, Denver right now is a little shocking. I mean, they're still at number 2. Obviously, Aaron Gordon, he having that injury right now, so he's gonna be out for some time. They said they don't expect him back before Christmas, so probably gonna be a little bit after Christmas. Maybe probably even a little bit late into January. So right now, the Denver Nuggets are still rolling, holding that number 2 spot. One thing I'm a little interested in, because obviously we know OKC 24-1 right now, matching that 2015-2016 Warriors season. But we all do know what happened during that season.
Correct.
So that's kind of my take on
one
that.
of the things that happened was they had the best record in NBA history.
Correct. But they also didn't win that year.
Yes, correct.
So that's what I kind of bring up is that, a lot of people are going around saying, yeah, OKC's going to win it back again. They're going to win it again. But I was talking to my brother, and he had brought up a valid point. Warriors had that same thing that happened. They didn't win it that year. Could this be the same thing that happens with OKC? Could they potentially, have an amazing season record and then come playoffs, maybe not win it? Because they still haven't gone through the whole entire season just yet. Yes, we know. They still haven't faced teams such as like Denver Nuggets, for example, who are also second in the West. So you gotta wonder, like, is OKC gonna really have a phenomenal season, break that record, the Warriors' great record, and then still win a chip this season?
So the first question is, will they break the record? I don't believe so. Because like you mentioned, they still haven't faced a lot of like these big teams that they faced a few of them, but they haven't faced the healthy version of them. So we haven't seen that potential. We've even seen some close games against Phoenix. You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily feel like they'll break that record. But they could potentially win the championship again. The reason why is because they can learn from the Golden State mistakes and the holes that they had during that time and be able to, kind of like not allow those mistakes to happen on there. And like one of the things was turnovers. I don't think OKC ranks very high in turnovers.
Yeah, they
They
don't.
can control the ball. And so that was while Steph Curry was able to put up probably average more points. And I think is this also an argument like which team was better?
It has been spoken. I mean, this OKC team that they have right now, would this OKC team beat a 2015, 2016 Warriors?
And that's without KD.
Exactly. That is without KD.
No, they won't. They won't because so I tell you the main reason why is you got SGA and Steph Curry. We can go down the whole top five. You got SGA and Steph Curry. SGA now, Steph Curry in his prime, which was then. You are not going to stop that ball at all. Yeah, I mean, who nobody was able to. The guy was. It was again. He did lose. So let's just put it in perspective as if he was still playing, and it was OKC versus the Warriors in the playoffs, and they had a game 7. They had all game 7. Steph Curry shooting the lights out that ball. Klay Thompson is dangerous. This is Klay Thompson's prime. This is when he was talking to himself.
So obviously we know Steph Curry is going to be on SGA. Then you have Klay Thompson, who's probably the most likely.
And Steph Curry's not going to be able to guard SGA either. So but the thing is,
it's a wash. It's a wash there.
But who's going to outscore who? The 3 is worth more than the 2.
You're absolutely correct, but you do know
and
the
Steph
boy
does get fouled from
you know he gets some free throws.
And Steph does get fouled from the 3-point line.
So does SGA.
And Steph does hit half-court shots at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, he doesn't have a 3 game. I agree with you 100%. His 3 is not going to be
Steph
like.
does have a very equal layup package than SGA.
But that's where you're leaving out, and you're forgetting about the other part of the team as well. Steph Curry, yes, you have, and then you have Klay Thompson on the other side as well.
Who's arguably the best shooter on the court.
You also do have on the opposite side now an SGA, a Jalen Williams.
Klay Thompson in 2015, 2016.
Defense-wise, yeah, he's phenomenal.
Forget about defense. He is the best shooter in the NBA. Shooting percentage. So Jay Williams would not be able to stop him. He's not going to stop. This guy doesn't even dribble.
So now who's going to be handling a Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein?
Going back though to Jay Williams and Klay.
Yeah.
Jay would not be able to guard Klay.
Okay.
And Klay will be able to guard Jay. Because Klay guards LeBron James. Klay was the best defensive player in Golden State. He guarded the best players most of the time.
Okay, got you.
Then for third, you have who do OKC have?
You got Chet Holmgren on that side now.
And we had Sean Livingston.
Green. Sean Livingston I don't believe was he on that?
It was Andre Iguodala then.
I believe Iggy would have.
It was Andre Iguodala.
Iggy would have been there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Andre Iguodala or Chet. So Chet's gonna score. Andre's gonna be very smart. So Chet better not put the ball on the ground. Well, I'm being very technical right now. Chet better not put the ball on the ground because he's gonna get it right. So, but Chet is gonna score in the paint. Nice little hook, nice little off the backboard type
about
shots.
The threes.
I don't necessarily know if he'd be able to get those threes. Iggy's a phenomenal defender. Probably one of the highest IQ players besides Rajon Rondo and LeBron James. Very, very high IQ players. He wasn't very talented towards the end of his career, but he just knew where you were. Like,
who was their big man at that time? Because don't forget, you also got Isaiah Hartenstein as well.
But we haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
Then we go to the power forward. So in the Chet situation versus Iggy, Chet's gonna dominate. Chet's going to dominate. Iggy is not necessarily a scorer. He's just going to try to defend as much as he could, probably get the ball turned over on Chet a few times. That's all I expect. And probably make some good passes and stuff. 1 or 2 threes, max. Then we move down to Draymond Green and who's their power forward?
That was Chet.
Who's their small forward?
I'm not sure who their small forward is from the top of my head, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I know right now they got Chet Holmgren at the 4, and at the 5 they got Isaiah Hartenstein.
Okay, bro. Draymond Green then in that case would have guarded Chet. And that honestly, Chet wouldn't have a chance at that point. I'm sorry.
Yeah, defense-wise, he's not going to have offensive-wise, it's going to be very tough for him because, she's stronger than him.
And then we don't need Draymond to score.
True, we don't need Draymond to score.
So Chet's just going to be in the way.
But Chet can still score.
I don't see him being able to score on Draymond. Besides maybe the three.
I know Draymond can hold his own, but he is a 7-footer that can shoot.
He's going to shoot the 3. And maybe a mid-range, like a step back mid-range. He could do those.
But don't forget, these boys all get.
He's not doing it in the paint. He's not doing. He is the height of Wemby. I mean, he is the weight of Wemby and smaller.
Okay.
So it's not
I mean,
happening.
he's basically like a Kevin Durant size and figure build.
Yeah,
Essentially.
and he can't shoot it like that. So
He's
yeah,
got a shot.
not like KD.
No, not
KD.
like KD,
But
but
that's
he's
what
got
I'm
a
saying.
shot though.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not worried about it. But Chet's gonna get 12 points, 12 to 15 points. If he gets fouled a lot, he may have 20.
So then, what are you doing about Isaiah Hartenstein?
With Isaiah Hartenstein, I believe at that time we had Big Baby.
Big Baby Davis?
No, you had what's his name? The 3-point shooting center.
Cousins?
Cousins.
I don't know if Cousins was there at that time.
Yes, he did. He won a ring with Golden State.
I don't know if he
I
was
can
there
search
at
it
that
up
time.
right here, real
Yeah,
quick.
we're gonna have to look at that, check that one out. Let me check out that roster too myself. But that is interesting. The reason why I go down the line is because you are gonna at some point run into the point where you have the bench. Who was on the bench at that time for Golden
The
State?
Golden State was stacked with the bench. That was their best thing. They had, I'm gonna tell you right now, Leandro Barbosa, Harrison Barnes, Sean Livingston, Kevon Looney.
Oh, Looney was still
Yes,
that was young Looney.
Young Looney.
That was young Looney.
Yeah, young Looney. Festus Ezeli, Ian Clark, Andrew Bogut. I didn't mention him. Leandro Barbosa. So their starting lineup was Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andre Iguodala, Draymond Green, and for their center, it was either Andrew Bogut. Yeah, it was Andrew Bogut.
Yeah,
7 foot.
Isaiah Hartenstein might be.
What's he gonna do over a 7-footer?
They're both 7-footers.
Yeah, but Bogut was like 250.
I don't know how much his size was. Isaiah Hartenstein's a pretty big dude though.
I mean, that'll be nice, but honestly,
check see who what. So who about OKC though?
what?
We still didn't know who that third person was.
Oh,
As far as I'm concerned, it's a tight
bro,
one.
they don't even have a bench.
It's a tight one.
They have Caruso coming off the bench, bro. That honestly,
that's who I'm forgetting. My apologies. Lou Dort. Lou Dort.
What is he? Is he a starter? No.
According to here, we got him listed as a starter. We got SGA.
Bro, you're in trouble, bro.
got two as Jalen
Dort is not
Williams.
guarding.
They actually have Chet at the 3 here, but it's a weird. They got him at a 3, kind of at the 4 thing. So they'll probably be doing a lot of switching.
I'm looking at it right now, bro. You're in trouble against Golden State. You just mentioned somebody else. Jay Williams may be the third.
Jay Williams is the second option. You got SGA.
No, he played the third probably. If you're talking about Gordon.
No, which Jay Williams? There's 2. Jay Williams that shoots, he plays the 2.
Okay, so both Jay Williams start.
No, there's only one Jay Williams that starts.
So Dort doesn't start?
Dort starts.
So he starts at the 2.
No, Dort's not the 2. Jalen Williams is the 2.
Dort is 6'4", so he's gonna be the third. He's gonna start at the 3.
He's probably maybe the 3 then, because they definitely got Jalen Williams at the 2.
You're in trouble, bro. We're talking about prime Golden State Warriors. You're in so much trouble. Their bench was so stacked. Again, I mentioned Sean Livingston. Are you aware of Sean Livingston?
Yeah, of course. Everybody knows Sean Livingston.
Yeah, legendary player. As far as nobody could probably shoot the ball in the paint better than that man.
Yeah, Sean Livingston was the person at the time that they were thinking that was gonna be kind of the guy at the time before the Steph Curry really just turned that shit on. So I mean, yeah, definitely. So it's a little debate going out there between those two teams. This one now in the 2015-2016, which one would win? So definitely an interesting story. But back to Golden State though, man. What's going on with them right now? Talk to me, man. What's going on?
I think they gotta make some trades, bro.
I mean, Steph Curry came back the other night, dropped 37 points as he always does, dropping hella buckets, and they came up short. Draymond Green was out with personal. They didn't have Anthony Edwards though. However, Anthony Edwards was actually out for I believe it was a calf, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of these injuries go. So they were both kind of without players, and
I mean that could
Still
play a
couldn't
role
knock
in
it
it,
down.
but as far as Golden State's current season right now overall, there's a few players on their roster that gotta go. And I'll be very straightforward. I
Yeah.
mean, we all know Kuminga.
gotta go.
Buddy Hield's gotta go.
Gotta go.
Pod's got to go.
Moses Moody gotta go.
Moses Moody, he'll be a great addition to wherever he goes. And he'll also help us on getting that nice little trade.
What do you think Warriors need to do to really kind of get really back into the playoff type
we
races?
we need a dependable, like one more dependable player. Dependable, like Horford. We're talking about like
Y'all need a solid big.
yeah, well, you can get a solid big, but Golden State won a chip small. So
True.
like all you need is another solid
You can't
player.
do that now though. You do need to have a solid big. In this playoffs, if you start going on a deep run, you're gonna start running into the big men that shoot down the ball, like the KDs, for example, like the Chets. Then you're gonna have the people that are obviously gonna be that are bigger size, like the Wembys. They're gonna need someone to kind of be able to match up with that going into the playoffs.
No one's stopping these guys regardless. Oh, Chet, yeah, but Wemby, no one's gonna stop these guys.
But we need
right?
someone to compete with them at that
It-
size.
Like, but would you rather just have somebody to just compete with him regardless and foul him? He's gonna score, hit the free throw, or would you rather have another dominant scorer, another dominant shooter? And I'll give you an example of a Klay Thompson. Yeah, not Klay Thompson right now because he's struggling, but Klay Thompson with his shooting percentage and the way that man does not miss the ball, and like there's times where he's like Steph Curry, excuse me. Give me my heat check. Give me my ball. Give me my ball. Is his ball during certain parts of the game when he's hot. So you need a player like that. And I get we got Jimmy Butler. But
Jimmy Butler's doing his thing though.
Jimmy
Steph
Butler's,
Curry's-
yeah. Jimmy
I like
Butler.
that chemistry. That's perfect.
Yeah, he's
but
doing.
That's what it brings me to. Like y'all need that. Y'all need another big man like that would help out Draymond as well, because Draymond, yeah, he can play the center position obviously, but if you could free up Draymond to do other things, because we know Draymond he can shoot the ball. Don't get twisted. Like I don't know if y'all don't know this, but he can shoot the ball. If you leave him
he has
open,
been able to shoot it. As of late.
I've seen it. They've put offense around this man before. When Steph Curry was out and he was in the game, and even when Jimmy Butler was out, they put offense around him. So I think they honestly need a solid center. Quentin Post was not doing good at all. I think he's a great player. Not saying they need to get rid of him at all, but they do need to consider getting someone either at the small forward or the center position, essentially, to really help out those guys, because it's gonna be rough, man.
Yeah, I just don't want no baggage. Like I really don't want no lazy center. And right now, all the good centers, they probably have their places that they would want to go to.
Would you take an Anthony Davis?
No. I mean, if I want to win the chip this season, yeah, just this season. He's like next season for a 1-year contract, yeah. But I wouldn't like die for him.
What about Julius
I would
Randle?
rather get Klay Thompson back.
What about that's not gonna be.
I would rather that. But go ahead.
What about a Julius Randle?
No.
No. So who's someone that you think that you could bring to anyone really that you would bring to the Warriors team that would help that team really getting into the deep playoff runs? Because right now it's a rough one in the West. They're still in the run for it.
One that's realistically could happen, or just the one that I would want.
Nah, just toss a name out there.
I would want Sengun.
Sengun? Ooh,
Yeah.
that'd be a great one.
Yeah.
Sengun on the Warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I like that.
I'm not even being greedy. I could have said a lot of other names.
You
know what I
could
mean?
have said Jokic.
Yeah, I could have said a lot of other names. No, but there's a method to my madness when I say that.
That's a
Because
good one.
Golden State is not the team that you need the best player to come to. They already have them. Like, you just need a player to come in and be able to take over.
They got to do it now, though. That's for
It's
sure.
before the deadline. They'll do it.
No, I don't mean now in the sense to the deadline. I mean now while they have Steph Curry.
I think Steph Curry's going to give him another 5 years.
5? That's steep. I'm saying 3 max.
He's a 3-point.
4, sorry. I'll say 4 max, maybe.
He's a 3-point shooter.
minimum.
He'll eventually transition to the corner 3 like JJ Redick did.
The reason why I say that is because if they don't get that man some help, and he's out there every night, he's gonna drop those 37s, those 40-point games. Hell, even maybe a couple of 50-point games if he needs to keep the game going. But he's gonna need help.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's gonna get tiring to be out there having to drop that many points every night after night and just have no help.
Yeah, he's
It's
gonna need some help.
depressing.
He's gonna need some help.
So that's why I say the 3, 4 years, 5 years. If they can get someone on that team within the next season, with whether it's this season or in the off season and coming into the next season, I think that'll definitely help him out because Steph Curry is still not saying he's still in his prime, but he can still shoot the shit out of that ball. You can't leave him open. I mean, they said it yesterday. I mean, a man of his age dropping 37 points casually like that, that's not something that's normal. So he's definitely going to be consistent. And then you got Jimmy Butler, who's going to be able to turn it on in the mid range.
Yeah.
You got Draymond Green when he's healthy and when he's out there right now, he's going to be the most dominant defender out there. So realistically, if they can get another solid fourth piece on there, it don't matter if it's a second, third option, whatever. If they can get someone out there to just be a solid player to be out there to really help facilitate to Steph Curry, maybe help him out on them screen and rolls, them screen and pops, or them pick and rolls. I think that's gonna really take him over the hump because it's scary hours right now. We starting to see like which teams are gonna have a kind of not say a smooth sailing, but gonna have a pretty strong run. And the Warriors got to make a change, like I think ASAP.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right, man. As long as that guy's alive, they'll be all right.
As long as that guy is alive.
Yeah, bro.
And some good shooters out there, man. Lakers over there got Austin Reeves looking like he's gonna be a first-time All-Star this year. What you thinking?
No,
No,
absolutely not.
no. Why not?
He plays the point guard position.
He plays a shooting guard
Okay, he plays the shooting guard position. Is there not any better shooting guard than Austin Reeves?
in the West.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple, yeah, of course. But why would he not make it the list?
Or he'd play the bench if that's what you're saying.
It don't matter if you're on the bench or not. You get named an All-Star, they all play.
Yeah, I guess so. But I was mentioning the starting, like how you would, like unanimous Steph Curry would be. Like not right now, but I'm saying well, probably right now actually. Yeah, it'll be unanimously Steph Curry.
So he's not making All-Star this year, you're saying?
He
doesn't get named for an All-Star?
I'll give it. I'll wait till the end of December.
The end of December?
Yeah.
He's showing himself he's the second option on that team.
Yeah, I mean, because LeBron lets him.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
Why
it's LeBron James, guys. Like
doing this man disservice, like he's not out there actually scoring.
No, he can score because people underestimate him. People do underestimate. When you underestimate a player, their confidence rises. And he's playing with Luka and LeBron.
Does LeBron James get All-Star this year?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Why is
Not
it
if
tough?
he keeps. He probably doesn't want it. He probably doesn't want to. That's probably why he's doing what he's doing right now. Because one, he's been out for a little bit, and then two, he's complimenting the players that are there.
Mm-hmm.
He's not necessarily taking over the game the way LeBron James normally did. So no, he probably won't make the All-Star because he doesn't want to.
So what do you think they should do about the All-Star, man? Because it's kind of trash in my personal opinion. Nobody really wants to play when they're in the game. We're seeing 200 points total score between both teams. Dunk competition year over year is being won by a person named Mac McClung who can't even get an NBA contract. So it's like, what are we really doing for this All-Star weekend? You think they should keep the same way they have it constructed?
Because of their lack of talent that they're able to get, I think they should make it smaller and just deal with the talent that they do have. They can't go away with it. It's been something that is traditional. It's been year after year. They're expected to, just like every other league almost. There are still fans that tune in and watch it. I get that the fans that kind of speculate more and are more fanatic in a sense are disregarding it now, but there are still people that attend to it. There's still money to be made. I think they should just make it smaller, less 3-point shooters, less dunkers, and then bring in some young talent at that point and allow the young talent to compete because they're always the ones that are going to go all out.
Do you think it should be required for people to compete then?
You can't require it because you can come off with an injury. You can't. Requiring it is again going against these players, and they have the potential to strike against you.
I mean, you have a potential to get injured in a game, and you're required to play games.
But not if you're injured. You're not required to play.
Of course, but my
Yeah.
point is that you're still required to play games in your contract.
Correct,
So
but
you
the
still have
All
the
Star
risk of
game,
running
the All
injury.
Star game is I could conveniently get hurt right before the All Star game
So if
to
you
not have
get,
to play.
so what I'm saying is if you get nominated for an All-Star
Hmm.
and you decide that you don't want to play,
You wouldn't just decide you don't want to play. You would give a reason as to why you don't want to play. That would be an injury, more than likely, or a personal issue.
so is it then technically required if you get named an All-Star and you have an injury, don't have an injury?
Are you? What was the question?
So what I was saying is that if you get named an All-Star but you don't want to play in the All-Star game, for example, should you be required? And you're saying no, you shouldn't be required.
No, if you create that rule, you would create the byproduct of it, which is players will use whatever right they have to not go. And so
So
you're gonna have people just not go. Just make it to where players that want to go go. And if it's not enough, then you have to make it smaller. Again, if it only right now is two days out of the weekend, it's Saturday and Sunday. If you have to fit it in all on one day because you don't have that many players that want to do it, and maybe like the All-Star game is the biggest thing, and even that is slim. Make the quarters smaller on those as well. Like you know what I mean? Like adjust to what the players are giving you right now.
okay.
Because you're not gonna like force them to play.
I think they should just switch that bitch around, man. I think they should put that shit like towards the end of the season, to be honest with you. Let the games be done before, because I feel like they all be risking injury. So if they worried about risking injury, have them play their season out. They already know who's going to be all-star by the end of the season anyways. Name your all-stars and then do it like they do in NFL. They got a Pro Bowl before the Super Bowl. Most of the guys that are probably going to be going throughout the playoffs that maybe don't make it or anything, they go off to Cancun anyway. So, shit, have them playing a little all-star game, get a little shit going, and then they go off to Cancun. Might as well. The ones that are already in the finals, obviously, they'll just be named all-stars. They wouldn't compete in the game as they essentially do with the Pro Bowl. I think that's something that should implement because I personally, everyone wants to see what would happen if this player and this player were all on the team and then they went against this team. Everybody wants to see the excitement, but these players don't want to play to that.
Yeah, they've
full
tried it all
strength.
already. The NBA has tried it all. So and
They
these
haven't tried
players,
that though.
it's just the players don't want to. It doesn't affect their regular season record. If it did, then maybe.
But it's mainly because they don't want to go too hard and get injured.
That and also like there's no incentive.
So wouldn't it leave less pressure if they're able to do it at the end of the season? Season is done. Playoffs is over with.
Yeah,
You guys don't have to worry about injury now.
yeah.
So now
I'm sure they'd find a way to complain still, but yeah.
I mean, as any job you go into that you don't want to do something, you're gonna complain. But it's definitely something to think about, man. That's something I'd like to see because right now All-Star Weekend ain't that great. Celebrity ball game shit is ass. Like let's be honest, nobody wants to see Kevin Hart playing and shooting the ball. I mean, funny guy, great comedian, not a great ball player. Okay,
Yeah.
You don't need to see that shit. Speaking of like trade picks and rumors, there's been some talks of LaMelo Ball possibly to the Raptors. You think that helps the Raptors at all?
I mean,
Our fellow Globetrotter?
Toronto's doing all right this season, so yeah, I think LaMelo Ball would be a good addition to that team. I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him anywhere besides the Hornets. He's a good talent, bro. I feel like he'd be able to go out there and continue to be himself and complement that team. He's definitely going to be top 2 options on the team when he gets there.
I feel like if he goes to Raptors, they might be able to straight him out there. I mean, he's gonna be over there in the north, as they call
him
it.
and Brandon Ingram, he'd be throwing lobs all day. That's a good place to be.
My only question would be is who would go? Because I'm sure they're gonna have to get rid of somebody, trade someone just to get LaMelo Ball. It's not gonna be just
They
LaMelo
probably
Ball.
have to let go of RJ.
Hometown hero, I guess they call him. The what they call him, the Canadian Mamba, whatever, some shit like that.
They'd have to let go of him. And
he's their guy right now.
Considering the fact that it's LaMelo Ball is an all-star. In my opinion, I think, and obviously he has been to all-stars, whether he started or not. I believe last season, but if he wasn't hurt, he's an all-star caliber player. Like he's gonna go into that team and really complement with the whole Brandon Ingram thing. Plus, he's going to be a threat on the offensive side more than R.J. Barrett is, in the sense of you got to double him, and then he's going to make great passes, and he'd be a good addition and a good
Yeah, I
trade for
agree.
R.J.
RJ to the Hornets would be something that they probably would need to, but we already see that RJ can't really take a franchise on his own and
Yeah, I
do
don't.
anything.
I mean,
So I don't know if they would want that, honestly.
I don't think that. Yeah, I don't know if the Hornets are looking to get anybody big anymore.
What are you thinking? They're thinking to dissolve?
Yeah, I think no, I think they're just trying to pick up like pieces to the puzzle and stuff, and trying to make a team off of role players. Cause
A team of just role players. You
yeah,
serious right now?
it's not working for them, bro. It's not working for them with LaMelo Ball. They got a nice
Oh
jersey though,
man.
but that's about it.
Outside of that, man, we got some injuries, a lot of shit going on, a lot of players hurt. Obviously, we know the Jason Tatum's, the Tyrese, but then you got players like the Wemby's who now is back but was injured previously. Then you got the players such as forgot his name, but lots of injuries are just going on right now. They're saying that about an estimated anywhere from about 525 million worth of injuries related to missed games. 525 million. Well, let me reiterate that. 525 fucking million dollars. That's a
Yeah,
lot of fucking money.
it is a lot of money. Inflation has hit them hard as
And
well.
missed games, dude.
Yeah,
I wonder who's topping that list. Who you think is bleeding
Joel
them dry?
Embiid,
Joel Embiid?
Joel
I
Embiid,
say Kawhi.
or Kawhi. Kawhi's a good one too.
I
Yeah,
say Kawhi.
I was gonna say it's part of the game, but at the amount that it's going, that's too high. We definitely would want to see it a little lower than that.
Yeah, true. Man, honestly, what do you think you want to change in the NBA? Like, honestly, last thing, I was kind of curious what your idea, what you would do if you had the power to call up Adam Silver and change one thing in the NBA. What would you change?
And that's a tough question. That's a really good question, but a tough one to answer immediately, um, because it's always like
You a fan, man. Think of
it's.
one thing you could just change instantly. Take away, add,
I take away the NBA Cup.
take away the NBA Cup.
Yeah,
All right, solid. That's
just because it
solid.
was fine without it.
Okay, take away the NBA Cup. Hey, down with the NBA Cup. We don't want it. No, I'm kidding. Take that out. But yeah, man, that's essentially what we got for the basketball part of it. I mean, man, it's Christmas time coming up. We are in December. Happy holidays to everybody. You got any plans for the holidays, man? You gonna be doing anything?
Probably,
Going anywhere?
not as of yet, but we'll figure something out. I'm
You giving
sure.
anyone any gifts? Are you a gift giver or nah?
Yeah, definitely a giver. Very rarely on the receiving end of it, but for sure on the giver.
Oh, we gonna change that next time, man. We're gonna change that. Tune in. We gonna be doing some opening gifts for our next Christmas special.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Outside of that, you heard about that wild shit going on in Michigan with that coach?
Yeah, I did do a little bit of research on that, bro. That look a little lunatic to me, man. That guy looked like desperate times calls for desperate measures, and he was willing to go as far as he had to.
Dude, head coach of Michigan decides to one have an affair with the fellow staff member. Believe I hear that the staff member was supposedly rumored to be pregnant, and the way he found out was he door dashed the pregnancy test to her.
Oh,
So
interesting.
diabolical is an understatement on
I
that
didn't
one.
think him being involved with a staff member was against school rules. I guess it is.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like, teachers really can't be technically they can't be in though. I mean, they could be married, but I don't believe they could be like in relationship like
Okay.
actively while they're co-workers in a
Okay.
sense.
So that
I
that
think maybe for the sake of like I'm assuming the
conf
students, but at that
conflict
time,
of
I mean,
interest.
aren't they all just young adults anyways?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's not
So
like he was dating a student,
I
so
think he took it a little too far. At some point, he was put
a
up.
little.
Yeah. I guess I would say he began to take it a little too far and then took it extreme.
Yeah.
But he got he wasn't allowed to be around the lady, and then he like kept doing weird stuff to like either be around or threaten her or something like that. I mean, it was a crazy story. Ultimately, bro, Yeah, those type of people, man. We just gotta get rid of them before they hurt people, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's wild, honestly. Just to think about that, you're seriously like actively just dating a staff member. First of all, you are a head coach of a franchise, an organization that's been in college football for years and is a great organization, and just been handed the keys to the field essentially, and you're dating a staff member who's already married. First, he's already married with kids. And in addition to that, gets her pregnant. And then in addition to that, threatens that if they're not together, that he's gonna kill her and himself. That's
This seems to be a recurring theme with like married men. It's very interesting though how like you decide to get married and at that for years. For years and years you have like these side girls or women that you like just pursue and you're married and it's just like it just gives more of a reason to just remain single and enjoy the single life, bro. None of
yeah,
this would have gotten to that extreme. Like I'm sure he was afraid of being exposed. That's where it caused him to be desperate. Yeah, bro, there's a lot of factors to how that man probably was reacting. If he was single, worst that could happen, he could lose his job.
the crazy thing too is the only reason why he got caught is because he was sharing locations with his wife,
His wife called the cops
who
on him.
called the cops and said, "Hey, his ass is at the church. Go get him."
That's funny.
That's crazy.
That's funny.
So yeah,
Uh,
man, that's we
hey,
got
you
some
hate there.
we got some demons out there,
You didn't
people.
have any loyalty to your wife. You can't expect her to have loyalty for you at that point.
Yo, facts. I mean, you got some demons out there, people. Some people out there kind of crazy. So you got to watch out for these people out there. You don't know what you're getting into, and if you're in a relationship you don't want to be in, then just don't be in it. You know what I'm
Bounce.
saying?
All right, if you want to like go out
I ain't
there
here to
and
give relationship advice.
well,
That's
what it
just
is just like
kind of
and I
common
get it,
sense.
and I get it. It's like this like manipulation scheme where you like want to keep what you have,
Mm-hmm.
but still have the option to go out, and like you also don't want what you have to go out to like do the same thing that you're doing. So it is it's a narcissistic thing to do, in my opinion, for the majority of men. But I just be like, yo, just stay single and be real.
Yeah. But I mean, amongst all demons, we do got some heroes out there. I want to give a quick shout out to a guy that I seen. I was reading not too long ago. 6-year-old girl in Detroit. She was apparently walking the streets, snowing outside by herself, and this guy, his name is Joshua Threat of all names, stated that he
It's a good name.
saw her walking by herself, and he just walked her to where she needed to go for 10 blocks, but he decided, to make her feel safe and, comfortable. He gave her space, walked in front of her, and just kind of made sure she was good. But it made a viral story. It was out over in Detroit that this happened. But it's just nice to see. The reason why I bring it up, it's nice to see shit like that. We got a crazy ass world we live in right now. So it's nice to see we got some heroes out there that could have gone sideways, to be honest with you. I mean, random black guy sees a little girl, you know what I'm saying? It could have gone any other way, which I'm glad obviously went a nice way where he was able to walk her to where she needed to go and get her to her destination. But that's wild.
That's a wild
Six
story,
year
but
old girl
that's
walking in the snow by
I think
herself.
I walked. I mean, I was obviously boy, but I was 6 year old walking in the snow by myself. I'm
And
sure there were
and
people that
according to she wasn't in a good neighborhood either. So
yeah, neither was I growing up. But and that when you're not in good neighborhoods, there are good Samaritans. For some odd reason, it's like a combination of like good and evil,
mhm.
where they learn to coexist, and you have people like that where he's even considerate at the fact that he doesn't want to scare her. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to him.
Hey, shout out
That's a,
Detroit. See ya.
a sketchy last name. Thank God he didn't tell the girl his last name.
I don't think he spoke to the little girl. I think he
That's
just
good.
kind of kept the pace from her.
That's good. That's good.
But that would be wild. But man, I appreciate you being here with me, man, as always. I know we had to tap into a lot of information. Tune in, guys. We're always going to be here every week.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Will. This is Jeremy. We on Court and Culture.